was the destination for me to find out about the prince's investments. After all, he's the largest foreign investor on Wall Street. His portfolio stretches across dozens of American companies, all of them household names. His strategy is to research major brands, set a price target, and move in only when that target is reached. This is how he bought into Rupert Murdoch's powerful media company, News Corp. When the Australian tycoon was down on his luck in 1997, it created the perfect opportunity for an investor like Alwaleed.
Very shrewd, very analytical, yet at the same time prepared to gamble and to go against the sort of prevailing thoughts about markets. And so he's very original in his thinking.
I joined the prince on his way to meet the top executives at Citigroup. More than half his wealth is invested in the company. Back in 1991, bad loans left the bank urgently needing a major cash injection. No one was willing to risk their money.
Were we on our knees? Yes. Were we substantively on our knees in the sense that if you'd brought an accountant in, would he have said that? No. But the markets felt that.
He really had done his homework. I mean, he understood what we were, he understood what our weaknesses were, what our strengths were, what the opportunities were. And so it was, there was no need for a long explanation on my part as to where we were going and why.
We went through some bad times after the prince had made his investment, and he was very good. He was professional. He wanted to know what was going on. He gave me the benefit of his point of view, but he didn't jump up and down and yell at me and say, "Hey, Reed, you should do this and you should do that."
All of a sudden, here was somebody completely unknown to the normal individual, becoming the largest shareholder of the largest financial institution in the United States.
Prince Alwaleed ended up with nearly 15% of the bank, which worried the US Federal Reserve. He'd come on the scene not long after the ill-fated Bank of Credit and Commerce International, BCCI, collapsed under the weight of money laundering and fraud involving Saudi investors. American regulators were tense and ultimately failed to permit the prince to keep his entire stake. Bowing to regulations, he sold some stock to meet a 10% restriction on foreign ownership of US banks.
I think that this was at a time when there were some other problems in the banking industry and where there had been concern about people fronting for consortiums and so on, not related to Citicorp, but to other financial institutions. And so the regulators were perhaps justifiably a little nervous